Welcome to week 14 here in the National Football League. It'll be a fun day today. We got a matchup between two teams that faced each other off in the last 3 years in 2016. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Oakland Raiders here in a great matchup here on Fox. And welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Tyler. Welcome to the NFL. Well, last time these two teams met was in 2016 when the Atlanta Falcons easily dismantled the Oakland Raiders with a 35-28 win over the Raiders, and here in Oakland, California. And these two teams have a lot to be proud of. The Oakland Raiders are in the wild card spot, and they remain in the playoff hunt. And meanwhile, the Atlanta Falcons are in the number one seed and here to go to the postseason with an 11-0 start. And for the Oakland Raiders, they're at 10-6. For Derek Carr, he has a lot to be worried about to take on this Atlanta Falcons defense, who ranked first in the NFL defensively, and to go up against an offense who ranks first in points per game during the course of the season, winning 11 of their straight games, an 11 winning streak for the most part, and averaging over 43 points per game during the course of the regular season. Let's see what Derek Carr has in store here for this Oakland Raiders offense, and to go up against a high-powered defense for Atlanta. Welcome to Oakland, California. Here to take on the Atlanta Falcons. It's the Oakland Raiders. Derek Carr going against Matt Ryan and the Falcons here in Week 14 in the National Football League. Meanwhile, Raiders won the toss. They elected to defer, so Atlanta will receive. Back deep is Marvin Hall to return. Marvin Hall takes it out of the 5. It has a lot of running room, going through blocks, and nice job by the defense, special teams defensively. Whitehead on the stop, and here comes Matt Ryan and the Falcons. What a year it is for Matt Ryan and the Falcons, averaging over 43 points per game during this winning stretch for the most part. And for the Atlanta Falcons, with a win today, this will be a lot of fun today here on Fox. First play passes incomplete for Mohamed Sanu, and great coverage by the defense. Ryan to start with a throw downfield for Mohamed Sanu again. Incomplete for Atlanta. Defense is not going to hold in one bit. 3rd and 10 coming up. They're known for averaging over 7 yards a carry in the ground game against the Raiders. Handoff is to Freeman. Nowhere to go. A gain of 4. It's a 3-and-out for the Falcons. Let's see what Matt Ryan has to answer. And Matt Ryan goes for a 4th down and 6. Wide open is Austin Hooper to convert on 4th down and 6. And now move the chains. Simple play action pass to Austin Hooper, who's wide open along with Taylor Gabriel. And Austin Hooper gets brought down at midfield. Great job for the Raiders to stop it and prevent the touchdown. Ryan's going to go deep this time for Julio Jones. He's got it. Down at the 25-yard line. And another 1st down for Atlanta. Now receiver Taylor Gabriel down to the 2-yard line to set the 1st and goal for the Atlanta Falcons offense. The young receiver was wide open. This guy's making a difference. You see Taylor Gabriel, he runs through a complete tackle, and then Gabriel is wide open, makes a nice catch, and he's down to the 2-yard line. Nice pickup, great pickup he was to solidify his receiver. Alright, here we go. Big snap and a touchdown for Julio Jones. Ball didn't hurt him one bit. 3 plays, 3 first downs. They scored on the opening possession in 10 straight games No team has done it. It's like 11 in a row in the Super Bowl era before, but the Falcons are the first. And he was working against Jerry and Conley. Great job by the Atlanta Falcons, especially to convert on 4th down and 6 to Austin Hooper and move the chains for a touchdown. Bryant's kick is good. So it's 7-0 here in the first half against the Raiders in Oakland, California. Here's Matt Bryant to kick it back to get to the Raiders. Stop the offense. And Richard is back deep for the Raiders. And Derek Carr leads the Oakland Raiders offense on the field. They rank 6th in the NFL in points per game, allowing 17 or more points allowed offensively for the most part. Here's Carr to throw, and he's taken down by Vic Beasley, but the ball was out. Luckily, there was no fumble on the play. The referee today was Carl Shepard. In the 2nd and 10. Derek Carr is known for the passing game against all these two teams in the NFL. Handoff is to Doug Martin, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, brought in a free agency, and it's a gain of 5. On 2nd and 10, 3rd and 5 coming up, and the fullback's in the backfield along with Doug Martin. Carr to start with a throw. Can't find his man, Doug Martin, but he's short. It's 3 yards. And it's a 3 and out for the Raiders offense. To get off the field with a 3 and out. A nice hit by Brian Poole on Doug Martin. He takes him down immediately. Gets pushed down and taken down by the nickelback, and that was a great job for the Falcons secondary to bring up a 3 and out. It's the first Oakland drive without a first down attached to it here in the first half against the Falcons. By Austin Hooper. And the receiving corps for Atlanta has been unstoppable this season. And this is why Matt Ryan is so dangerous when he throws out of the pocket. Downfield for Julio Jones. He's got it. Down at the 5-yard line to set up a 1st and goal again for Atlanta. In this case scenario, you throw deep, and Matt Ryan, and that's what he does to Julio Jones. And Matt Ryan throws a gutsy pass to Julio Jones, but able to make the reception for a huge first down for the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, Atlanta is up at the red zone. The screen, Tevin Coleman, nowhere to go. Dropped behind the 5 to the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal. Up the middle. Freeman down to the 3-yard line. This pass rush for the Raiders is a little bit good right now. Tevin Coleman wide open. In for the Atlanta touchdown. Atlanta has gone on top once more. Comes up with a 3-yard touchdown reception for Tevin Coleman. A little bit of serendipity, some unexpected good fortune, but Tevin Coleman is just in for the touchdown. And he's able to outflank the linebacker. It's a 3-yard touchdown catch for Tevin Coleman. It's a 14-0 game. Well, the Atlanta Falcons are easily taking the advantage of the Oakland Raiders here for the most part in Week 14. Most teams that score over 40 plus points per game, they always make the playoffs, and no three team has ever made the playoffs before, for the most part. Pass was deflected. Doug Martin was in the backfield and it was incomplete. The Falcons went for a four-man rush on Derek Carr, and the pass rush didn't hurt him one bit for the Falcons, and Doug Martin wasn't able to make the catch, and actually Jared Cook the football bounced off his helmet. You don't see that very often, especially for the Oakland Raiders. Here's Jared Cook. He went to the Green Bay Packers. And nowhere to go. Doug Martin dropped behind the 10, behind the line of scrimmage. There's third down and 10 coming up for the Oakland Raiders. The defensive lineman for Atlanta has been incredible during this winning stretch for the most part. You see Deidre Sanat, you see Bruce Irvin try to rip the ball out but can't. But Vic Beasley was in there to bring him down. And he was a first-round pick out of Clemson, Vic Beasley, who's lead the league in sacks. And that's another 3-and-out for the Raiders. It's another drive for the Oakland Raiders to not get a first down. And the passing attack for Derek Carr has been inconsistent a little bit, but finding receivers out going along. Meanwhile, Jerry Conley brings Andre Roberts back, and the Falcons are back on the field. Here's Ryan to throw deep for Julio Jones, who is absolutely wide open. How in the world does Julio Jones get that wide open? Most receivers in the NFL, you see Antonio Brown, you see DeAndre Hopkins, they get be wide open, but not much as Julio Jones, and he's able to keep his feet in bounds and moves the chains again for Atlanta. Matt Ryan drops it out, and this is Gabriel, touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, a 49-yard touchdown run and catch for Taylor Gabriel. And Atlanta builds upon their lead on a 49-yard touchdown run. Best of the season for Taylor Gabriel. He's working against Carl Joseph, who misses a tackle on Gabriel. And this defense for the Oakland Raiders is having difficulties on how to stop and slow down Matt Ryan and the Falcons. It's a 21-0 game. So far, no interceptions in this game. That's good for both the quarterbacks. And Matt Ryan has a 142.5 passer rating. That's great. That's amazing for Matt Ryan. And Derek Carr has a 135.6 passer rating for completing passes out of the pocket. Play clock continues to run. And the handoff is to Doug Martin. Decent chunks of yardage for 8 yards for Doug Martin. And it's a timeout by the Raiders here offensively. And Jared Cook going to his right. Carr finds his man, Seth Roberts. And it was a short game for about 5 yards. And it moves the chains for Oakland with 23 seconds left on the clock. The Raiders are on the move. Pass is caught by Roberts again. A gain of 8 yards again. And they'll use their second timeout. Passes deflected by the defense and the Atlanta Falcons I'm making this look awfully hard for Derek Carr. Deion Jones was in there to create the stop. Almost come down with a pick. Dangerous pass for Derek Carr. Third and 2. And off to Martin. And Martin, with a lot of running room, he's down to the 45-yard line of the Falcons. This card to throw again. And it's caught by Seth Roberts somehow in the arms of Seth Roberts. What a catch. Some free agents the Oakland Raiders picked up. Deion Jones looked like he was going to get a pick, but Seth Roberts comes up to make that catch, and it went through the hand of Deion Jones. And the Raiders will settle for a field goal. Kick is up, and it's no good. So the Raiders won't get any points on the board. So it's 21-0 at the end of the first half here in Oakland, California. Falcons 21, Raiders nothing. The Visa halftime report is here. Meanwhile, Chicago is going against the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Eagles are in the lead with 14-3 against the Chicago Bears. And meanwhile, Green Bay is going against the Patriots on Sunday Night Football at 8:20 East Central. In New England, going up against Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is known for running outside the pocket and making these beautiful passes out of the pocket. And Tom Brady is a 6-time Pro Bowl, 6-time Super Bowl champion, going against another number 12 in the league. And last but not least, the New Orleans Saints it's an NFC South rival between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. And the Red Hot Saints are easily trying to dismantle the Carolina Panthers and Cam Newton. Meanwhile, to start the second half, Oakland's get the ball to start the second half. Kick is up for Matt Bryant, and Richard is back deep for Oakland, taking it out of the end zone. And Richard sets the Raiders up at the 24-yard line, close to about the 25-yard line. And here comes Derek Carr and the offense back out on the field, who missed the field goal at the end of the first half against the Falcons. And he is sacked by Vic Beasley. This guy is a monster in the pass rush. Vic Beasley, first-round pick out of Clemson, breaking away from a tackle from Donald Penn. This guy's making a difference for this Falcons defense. He's a great pass rush out for the Falcons, and along with Grady Jarrett and other defensive tackles. Meanwhile, Doug Martin out of the backfield is good for 2 yards. And Deion Jones on the stop, a gain of 2. Third down is 3rd and 16 coming up for the Raiders. Martin in the backfield. Passes. He's wide open. Seth Roberts was absolutely wide open. Bad play call by the defensive coordinator for the Falcons, and Richard Smith. He was wide open. Robert Alford couldn't bring him down. He was wide open. You see many receivers that can do that on 3rd and long, especially for the Raiders. They convert on 3rd and 16. Pass is caught by Roberts. He's the primary receiver so far in this game, along with Jordy Nelson, who's an ex-Green Bay Packer, and Jared Cook. The receivers are running free and wide for the Oakland Raiders, and Derek Carr is having an outstanding day, throwing no interceptions and no turnovers defensively, and that's huge for Derek Carr. Doug Martin out of the backfield, nowhere to go. Dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Deion Jones with a loss of a yard. 3rd and 6 coming up. Play action. Pass is caught by Martin. It's a first Oakland drive without a first down attached to it. It's a 3 and out for the Raiders. And Townsend takes it back to Atlanta, and the worst thing is not to give it back to Atlanta, who's known to score at any given moment. And they're known for scoring against any defense in the league. Handoff is to Tevin Coleman, turns on the Jets, tries to stay on his feet, and he's down at midfield. Second-year running back out of Indiana gets a fresh set of downs of 13 yards. He was working against Carl Joseph. Tries to stay on his feet for more yardage, but trips him up. Had a lot of running room, and Carl Joseph doesn't make that stop. Now there's sprinters in there. Ryan going deep and incomplete for Taylor Gabriel. He has a lot of weapons offensively for Matt Ryan. Ryan's going deep, making the catch. Julio Jones hauls it in at the 30-yard line. Best case scenario, if you can't convert with these other receivers, you got option 1, you got option 2, and you got this guy right here, Julio Jones, and he's the primary receiver for this Falcons offense, and he's known. He was drafted by the Falcons, and he was a trade pick from Cleveland. What a pickup for Thomas Dimitroff. Play action from Matt Ryan. Wide open, Taylor Gabriel throws over the head of Gabriel, and 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. Here's Gabriel again. Brought down immediately, and it's the end of the 4th quarter. Ryan to throw. Ryan throws in the end zone. Taylor Gabriel, touchdown. Well, get into the end zone. Who caught the touchdown pass a week ago? And here we go against the Oakland Raiders, and he makes a great catch. Able to maintain control of the ball. The defense is not gonna try and get a turnover. The defense was trying to look for a takeaway, but Taylor Gabriel comes out to make that grab for a touchdown. Primary receiver in this game, along with Julio Jones, and it's a 28-0 game against the Raiders. We go back to 2016 when the Raiders had some league changes. You had the tight end, got some receivers that got cut by the Raiders. You got Michael Crabtree going to the Baltimore Ravens, and Amari Cooper going to the Dallas Cowboys, and that's some huge losses for the Raiders offense. Meanwhile, Jared Cook on the reception, good for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Raiders. Jared Cook, he went to the Green Bay Packers. He went to the NFC Championship to face the Falcons. Well, nothing there. And Derek Carr gets taken down by Bruce Irvin, who's going up against his former teammates. Derek Carr is having some difficulties out on offense here in this game against the Falcons. You see Bruce Irvin working against the offensive lineman, able to break away through a tackle, and he gets taken down. Breaks away from the tackle from Miller. Going up against his former Oakland team. He was a pickup for the Oakland Raiders in free agency. He was from Seattle, who went to Super Bowl 49, and then he got picked up by the Raiders for a 2-year deal. Pass is caught by Doug Martin out of the backfield, and it's a 3 and out again for the Raiders. Derek Carr is not having a nice day here offensively. The defense for the Falcons is all over the place. Andre Roberts gonna run it out. to the outside, breaking a tackle down the sideline, and Jerry Conley brings him down. Jerry Conley saving what would have been a touchdown on special teams. Ryan's going to go deep, but Austin Hooper wide open for the touchdown. Austin Hooper. Nice play designed by Kyle Shanahan on a slant to Austin Hooper. This is why the Falcons drafted Austin Hooper. Pass catching ability, working against Jerry Conley, who was supposed to defend Austin Hooper, but comes out to make that catch for a touchdown. Austin Hooper, number 1 on the day. Bryant to kick it back to Oakland, and Oakland's really got to find a way to score against this Falcons defense. And Richard gets taken down by the kicker, Matt Bryant. And here's the offense to be back on the field. The offense has really got to find a way for this offense to get clipped. And Carr gets taken down again by Bruce Irvin. Already 5 sacks in this game on Derek Carr. Interesting formation. Seth Roberts is in the tailback. Play action. Intercepted. Up into the air and down with it is Deion Jones. Gets tripped up by Ricardo Allen, and Deion Jones has his first interception of the game. Derek Carr is over here on the sideline, looking frustrated, throwing his helmet, yelling, you gotta be kidding me. After last week and what Baker Mayfield did against the Browns, against what the Falcons did to the Browns and Baker Mayfield. Deion Jones has his first interception of the game at the end of, towards the end of regulation. Falcons need want to put points on the board, and pass is caught out of the backfield with Devontae Freeman and nowhere to go. 2nd and 10, they fake the run, they get Jones to set up a block. The pass is caught by Julio Jones. 1st and 10 for Ryan. Wide open, Julio Jones. He's in. Touchdown. 41 consecutive points for Atlanta. Leaders' unselfishness get rewarded. You see Matt Ryan. Julio Jones was wide open. Reggie Nelson was supposed to be on the coverage. They couldn't stop him. Julio Jones, he's hard to get taken down. And Julio is into the end zone. 42 consecutive points against the Oakland Raiders at closing time with 11 seconds left on the clock. And Oakland has to find a way to get on the board, at least get a field goal, get in field goal range. And Richard takes a knee, and the Raiders back on the field. Derek Carr is having a disturbing day. This Falcons defense is all over the place. Carr tries to take it himself, but he's down by Deidre Sanat for a 1-yard gain. They're using their last and final timeout. Carr to throw. Carr gets taken down again. Bruce Irvin. And that's the end of Week 14 here in the National Football League. Falcons 42, Raiders nothing. What a day it is for Atlanta. A bunch of turnovers defensively and 1 interception in this game by Deion Jones. And Julio scoring at the last few seconds of the game. State Farm post-game shows coming up. Congratulations to the Atlanta Falcons in Week 14. And we'll see you next week against the New York Giants here on Fox. Goodbye.